How do you see the future looking, and what would you want to see in place to protect the common man?
So I would want to almost have, so I have a friend, but it would essentially say that your biometric data is your own personal data, right? So your eyes, your face, obviously your fingerprints with with federal or whatever, that's fine. That should be sacred. That should be yours, right? Got him. I think it's a dangerous thing that people are selling our biometric data left and right. And as far as like AI and data centers, I think it's important to, and a lot of the cities that we've had in Georgia and a lot of counties have, either tabled the idea of having a data center or have completely, revoked the idea or pushed back. But I think the scale of them and how much of the water supply that they need to do what they do at the detriment of the folks that live in the area that need that fresh water supply, I think they need to pay more for that. They need to pay the difference. They don't need to pass it on to the folks, in the area.
Before you move past that, can you elaborate a little more on that? Because I don't think people understand what's happening to the water supply when AI is involved and it's flowing through the data centers.
Sure. So with data centers, there's these massive machines that take a lot of energy and they get really hot, I believe. But they need water. I don't know the logistics behind it, but they need water to do what they do, right? And the bigger the operation is, the more water they're going to use. And so my question is, why would we have to take the fresh water and give it to them first, and then we get whatever's left? Why can't we change the order of operations, allow them to have allow the people to have the fresh water, and we can take the runoff, right? But we need to take into account that this affects people's everyday cost of living. It affects the purity or contamination of their water. And when these big corporations are coming in and buying up land and running through the city hall real quick and the county and getting an approval without actually looking at the waste from that area, or how much water it's taking, or the environmental damage that could come from it, or the noise, right? A lot of these places are right outside of a neighborhood and they might be zoned for certain things, but they are loud as hell. It's an ugly, it lowers the property value for some places. It really just affects people overall, right?
Yeah. And I hear they give off some kind of waves as well.
Yes.
That's kind of like affecting people, like their skin and getting rashes and other things.
And the residents of that town have been plagued with, like you said, they have a respiratory issue, they have skin issues. They're seeing issues left and right. And it would not shock me, unfortunately, to see cancer rates rise in those people, right?